This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, Forged Irish Stout, freebets.com. Delighted to be joined with Edgar Berlanga. We're here in Orlando, main event, Pody McCrory. First one of the year for yourself. How excited are you to be back out there and providing carnage in the ring?
I'm very excited. I had an amazing camp, and most important thing, I feel great mentally. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for making it happen. There's a big weekend, big fight, and a big statement in this fight. So I gotta go in there and just, look like a superstar.
Obviously, in the main event now, like previously fights, how have you found that? Have you ever found that switch in mentality for yourself, where you are in the main event, you're the man in the arena? Have you sort of tried to adapt that sort of mentality, that the eyes are on you in a sense, and that comes with pressure and that all comes with different things? But is that sort of something that you would adapt to, say, sort of enjoying being the main event?
Yeah, I love the spotlight. I've been loving this since I was a kid. And obviously now that I got the opportunity to be here and have the spotlight. With a massive fight this week Saturday, it feels good, man. I'm happy, and I just want to thank, my Lord and Savior, man, Jesus Christ, because without Him, none of this would be happening, and I thank Him for everything.
You mentioned in there about obviously Jesus and being a man of faith. How important is that to you? I suppose as a boxer and as in training camp, that you do have that connection, you do have that faith that does mean a lot for you.
Yeah, it means a lot. For me, man. It keeps me grounded. Having a relationship with Him. It's bigger than boxing. This right here, my faith, my journey towards Him is bigger than boxing. It's bigger than anything. And my goal is to push His word and His name, onto everybody as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, we only fighting for a couple more years, and then after that, I got a life after boxing. So, eventually, obviously, that day will come and, we die. So, that's why I just keep chasing the Lord, and just putting His name onto other people, into the young generation.
One thing I wanted to say about you, I suppose it was you had the 16 knockouts in a row, and then your last couple of fights have had the distance. When you are a big puncher, when you know you hit hard, it's easy for people to fall in love with their power. But do you feel like you may have had that shift where you know that you're powerful, but you want to show maybe that you can box as well, and you are a boxer rather than just a puncher?
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of ups and downs. Where after the whole 16 first round knockout thing, because you got to understand, like, my first 16 fights was first round knockout. So from there, you think, look at other fighters that had their first 16 fights. They caught a lot of experience, got rounds in, got knockouts, maybe went the distance, but they got a lot of experience. With me, I didn't have that. I was just knocking things out round after round like that. 16 times, and then eventually I got that experience. So now I needed this as a fighter. My power's still there. I'm strong. I'm stronger than a motherfucker. Like, I'm an ox, bro. So I'm not worried about that. But it's just more the mental now and the IQ that we've been focusing on, is setting up those shots and really, breaking a fighter down, but also setting up shots to get them out of there. And at that level, at the elite level, you have to do that. You can't just go in there trying to just use your power, because that's not going to happen. In boxing, all the greats had IQ and had a great mindset, had a willing power. That it was just unreal.
And have you found, like, when you have such expectation for a knockout, that comes with a lot of, and when you may not get it, does come with a lot of critics. Has it sort of come to you that you sort of shut them critics down and understand that focus on your own game, and it's not always going to be a knockout, and not really listen to what the critics would say?
Yeah, I don't really, and there's mostly people that talk. There's people that don't know boxing, that never boxed a day in their life. That's talking, that talk. But people that understand boxing and know boxing, and like live the sport, understand my style and what I really got, So yeah, you knock people out in the first round 16 times, you got people out there that's gonna want to expect that all the time, and that goes for anybody that could punch.
Absolutely. And just the last one from me, obviously a super middleweight, and it has to be said that the super middleweight is full of so many great fights, and great fights coming through as well. How far off do you feel like you are from, obviously the Canelo fight's always there, but maybe not Canelo, but Benavidez, Morrell, all these guys? How far off do you think you are with mixing with the best at super middleweight?
I'm close. I'm right there for that fight. But like I said today in the press conference, we're not really focused on them guys right now. My main focus is this week Saturday. We got a tough Irish man. We got Irish in the building, so I know they coming to fight. We coming to fight. I got that fighter's blood, mentality, So I'm just focused on this fight. I want to get through this fight, win spectacularly, look like a superstar, and then from there we could go on and talk about whoever we want. Canelo Munguia, that's there, to fight.
Absolutely, Edgar. Thank you for taking time to speak to me. Really appreciate it, and all the best on Saturday night, mate. Top man, appreciate it. Thank you.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.